All right, good afternoon, everybody. This is Maxon at Laughing Place with Jeremiah, who is out at Disney's Hollywood Studios right now, getting ready to show us around the park. Jeremiah, can you tell us a little bit about what we're going to be doing today?
I'm going to show you around the park.
There we go.
Yeah, literally, there's no rhyme or reason to why we're here other than, hey, it's not Christmas time. I cannot tell you
Yeah.
how excited I was to walk in and not hear Christmas music.
Oh my God. Yeah, I can't imagine. Once you are going to the parks all the time, hearing the Christmas music over and over again after Christmas is
Yeah.
it's not fun anymore.
No, last week when I was at Magic Kingdom, I walked in thinking, okay, it should be done because Animal Kingdom was done and Magic and Epcot was done. Nope, Christmas tree still up, same music playing. I'm just uh, not against Christmas. I'm against Christmas in mid-January.
Yeah, I agree. It's like, once the holidays happened, like I understand like at Disney World and Disneyland where it's like through New Year's, but after that it's like it's done.
Yeah.
It's done.
No, I've always heard the first full week after the holidays is they go, New Year's is on a Tuesday. So the next week is all the way through. So that was okay. That's great. But nope, it was 2 weeks. And I was just like, no, this has to stop now.
It looks like a decently crowded day.
Yeah, it doesn't seem too bad. The weather is finally somewhat nice. We've had some cold spells here. I mean, nothing compared to other places in the US, but this morning it was 30 something when I woke up. So it's been a bit chilly for Orlando. Right
Yeah.
now it's 60 something, so it's pretty nice.
Yeah, you guys are colder than we are. I'm
Yeah,
in California for those who are watching, but
I'm actually in Ohio. This is a drone going through Disney's Hollywood Studios.
that'd be incredible.
No, I have to have a reason to get out and walk the parks all the time. So these are always the fun parts. We're just strolling through the park. So if there's anything you guys want to see, any questions you have, please let us know. We'll do our best to show and tell. We're walking down Sunset Boulevard, which you can tell is definitely done with Christmas. The silly Christmas songs aren't playing, and they got rid of those stars that to me represent Hollywood Boulevard to a T. But of course, it's on Sunset Boulevard, so don't ask.
Tower,
Yep,
Tower, the best
the
attraction at
best
Disney World.
attraction.
Yeah,
Period. You don't even have
yeah.
to say Disney World. Um,
Thank you.
this has always been like I will give answers when somebody says, okay, best attraction in parks, best attraction in Disney World, Disneyland, but the Tower of Terror, this Tower of Terror specifically, I
Yeah.
I don't mind the Tower of Terror in Paris, which is the same as it was in DCA, both some enhancements. I love Mission Breakout. That is the most fun attraction. But this Tower of Terror, from the second you walk up Sunset, it just sets the mood. And the queue and the fifth dimension room, everything is just the best.
It's the best. It's the best. And like have now been on all of the towers. Um and I do love what they did to Paris's, like the
Mhm.
updates on that, the new dimension of thrills, chills. I can't remember
Yeah.
which word. Yeah, whatever one it is. Was so cool. And a part of me really wishes they did that to the one at DCA. But admittedly, I was very disappointed by the one in Tokyo.
With the shoulder harnesses.
Yeah, it felt like, have you been on like the kids ride, like the Frog Hopper?
Yeah.
That's what the drop profile felt like. It was really slow. Like the
Well,
theming and the building and everything about it was so gorgeous, but the ride was a
yeah.
letdown.
No, that was one of those ones that the sea storyline is one of my favorite parts of everything, and that was really one of the starting points of it with Harrison Hightower. So the queue was amazing. The pre-show is one of the best. But yeah, the attraction with the shoulder harnesses just throws it for me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's why I'm hoping that the new Space Mountain gives Tokyo Disney a thrill ride because I felt
Yeah,
like their tower didn't quite hit it. Ah, she's
yeah.
so
I
beautiful.
I could just stand here all day.
Yeah.
But we're gonna walk over to Rock and Roller Coaster featuring Aerosmith and just look at it. None of the work has happened outside. Inside, of course, the pre-show has walls up so they can install the new scene with Scooter and the penguins. And we'll be seeing that coming this spring. But as of now, nothing going on over here.
Yeah. I am really excited for the Muppets overlay. I'm gonna miss like the stupid 90s aspect of Aerosmith, but now that the pre-show's gone, I feel like it lost most of that anyway.
Mhm. I just really want them to fix the speakers in all of the cars
Mm,
because the past couple times I've gone on it, you can hardly hear the music. But you have to hear the mayhem and whatever song they're going to put on for it. Hopefully, songs.
yeah.
But yeah, this and the show that comes out in just a few weeks were the two things that I voted top for 2026.
Yeah. No, Muppets Rock and Roller Coaster was either one or two for me.
Yeah, 45-minute wait for it. So
That is not
it's
bad.
no, I can only imagine what it's going to be when the Muppets are in there. That's one of the things everybody's like, well, aren't you sad that Muppet Vision is gone? Yes, but as amazing as that was, and it was Jim Henson's last project, it's a 3D movie that's been there for 30 plus years, um, almost 40. Wow. Uh, and it was an afterthought. Like nobody went and going, I know this is going to offend you, Maxon, because you're in that age range that this is not true. Nobody came into the studios going, Muppet Vision 3Ds, must do.
No, I agree
Um,
with you.
yeah, but putting them on Rock and Roller Coaster is putting them on, the number two attraction in the entire park.
Yeah. Yeah.
Villains Unfairly Ever After just let out, so that's where this huge crowd is coming out of. This show is one of those ones that when it opened, I had a fear it wasn't going to be great. Every time I've seen it, it's amazing. The live actors are great. The projections and just what they did with that theater still blows my mind. I saw that theater go from a black box where they had a DJ and then they had special events to the Cars Road Rally. I know that wasn't the name of it because that's in Paris. But the difference between the seating between Lightning McQueen Racing Academy, there we go, and Villains Unfairly Ever After, it is night and day. You would think they built the building all over again and put a TARDIS in there, how many people they could put in.
uh, hopefully Luke's watching and appreciated
Yeah.
that reference. Yeah, I never got to
Ah,
see Racing Academy, but it looked cool from all the videos I saw.
I will tell you, it is, for a long time, it was one of our highest watched videos on our YouTube channel because I was there, I believe I was there for the first show, and it was cute. But it's one of those ones that after the first time you see it, nothing changed. I
Yeah.
am going to change our audio so you can start to hear some of the sounds going on around me and not just. There you go. You can hear some of the covers playing. The person next to me was talking very loud, so I wanted to share that with all of you. Yeah, if for this leading up to COVID, this time of the year was the slowest. Like I can remember coming to the parks, nobody would be here.
Yeah.
But times, as Whoopi Goldberg would say, they are changing.
Yeah, no, I remember like
Another
post Walt Disney
deep
World
cut.
Marathon. It was so easy.
Yeah, especially since that was this past weekend. By today, everybody would be gone.
Yeah. But
Yeah, it is definitely not that way right now.
yeah, no, when crowd calendars were actually correct, and you'd be like, oh yeah, if
Yeah,
I go in the middle of September, it'll be not that crowded. Now it's like, no, it's just crowded all the
yeah,
time.
their crowd calendars don't seem to be accurate at all anymore. And I still blame a lot of this on the reservation system. If they drop the reservation system, I feel like, look, it is
Kyle.
Kyle Burbank. Kyle, you're on the air. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to Epcot.
Well, here's the thing. I thought about it, and I said, well, if I'm gonna go to both, why would I go to Epcot first, and then come over here and then go back? But more importantly, the bus came first.
Ah, yes. Where are you off
Okay.
to?
I don't know. I was gonna go look at what's going on, say goodbye to it without riding it, and then check out the wait times. And I haven't eaten lunch yet. Any recommendations?
Anything right over here is not good. So don't go with any of this unless you want pizza with grease. The new pepperoni rolls, the Pizza Planet rolls and Toy Story Land are good. But, everything but the pizza here you can do well with.
Sounds good.
So we'll let you go and I'll catch up with you in a little while.
I like your case.
Thank you. That was unexpected.
That was fun.
Because I was going to meet up with him at Epcot later. But it's a small world after all.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about the pizza at Hollywood Studios. It tastes different.
I don't remember what I was doing, but I was here later. Oh, it must have been New Year's Eve, because I was starving, and everything had long lines. But I could mobile order one of the pizzas, and I hadn't had it in years. And thankfully, it tastes the exact same as it did years ago. You get like 12 napkins, you sop up the grease.
Yeah.
Either the crust is hard as a rock or still doughy.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it was definitely one of those times where I'm like, don't need to do this for a while.
No, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like food that I like at Hollywood Studios because it has admittedly been a handful of years since I was a Disney World regular. But I remember enjoying some of the food at the ABC commissary. Like I had some weird like buffalo chicken strip mac and cheese thing that was good.
And their menu changes so often. I had this discussion with one of my friends. They're like, oh, commissary is good food. And I'm like, when was the last time you walked by the commissary and looked at the menu? Like, oh, it's been like a year or so. I'm like, they've changed the menu 3 times in that amount of time.
Yeah, which is nice, but also when you find something you like to eat at the parks and you're going regularly and it disappears, it hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I still think about the in well, Christian Sanchez is asking about web slingers. We're not at DCA right now. We're at Disney's Hollywood Studios. But I can look at the wait time for you. It's 20 minutes. But they had at Cars Land a like beef and cheddar sandwich. It was like a roast beef sandwich with like a horseradish aioli on like a chive bun, and it was so good. And then they got rid of it for the cheeseburger, and it just wasn't the same.
Yeah, Flo's has always had great food, but it does suffer from the same problem of, hey, this is really good food, and we're going to change it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you give me a mac and cheese cone from over at the Cozy Cones, I'm a happy camper.
Yeah, I agree. Especially when I'm like hitting the wall, like I need food, otherwise I'm gonna be really cranky, or I'm already really cranky. Those mac and cheese cones hit.
Yeah. The Hollywood Brown Derby is always one of my favorite places to go to eat, which is, if you would have known me 20 years ago and me saying the Cobb salad is one of my favorite things, you would think I was drunk. But the Cobb salad here, like I will, if somebody goes, you want to go to the studios? No, well, we have reservations for the Brown Derby. Yes, I will go. Because the Cobb salad, it just became something that I love.
Yeah. No, I've never eaten there. I gotta go.
Yeah, it is a fun place. Classic Hollywood. Um, but it is, you walk in there and you're transported back to classic Hollywood. Speaking of transported, the animation courtyard is pretty much gone at this point. We still have the Star Wars overlay on the buildings, but that should be coming down pretty soon. It looks like they've been doing some work on the sound stage, but as of now, you can't tell what this is going to be. But I can tell you when this is done, it's going to be one of my favorite places just because it returns to the classic studio feel.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be really nice to have that back. I remember as a kid, like the rotating animation things they had in there, where you'd
Mhm.
like get to draw your little animation strip and put it in the box and spin it around. That was always one of my favorite things.
Yeah, it'll just be nice to have animation back where I don't want to say it started, but Stitch, Mulan. We have a few other movies that were done here, and it was always one of my favorite places. Like I was lucky enough to do it when there were still animators in there, and then through the years, how they kind of scaled back, scaled back, scaled back. But still, it was always something that was really neat.
Yeah. No, I'm like, how do they bring back other aspects of old Hollywood studios? And obviously now this would never happen, but if they wanted to pay homage to the Mickey Mouse Club, you could do Rock and Roller Coaster starring Britney Spears.
I, that's a deep wish there.
Yeah, I know. I know.
So we're going to try to do something that I am predicting right now is not going to work because this building is a giant concrete bunker. We're going to walk into Walt Disney Presents and see if we can check out the Percy Jackson costumes. If I start to go a little out of it, let me know, Max, and we'll bow out the back door.
Sounds good. Is Taylor Swift still in there?
Yes,
Okay.
until I believe next week.
Okay.
First, I have to take off my glasses so I can actually see in here. Yeah, Walt Disney Presents is always one of my favorite things. Um, just the timeline. I do love, that the founder of the company that brings us all together was Vandal. And there's him looking at the WD that he tagged in this desk. And the animators table, which clearly was created for this.
Yeah.
But then when you head down and you start to see the real animators table, one of Walt's steamer chests, maquettes from Fantasia, and then this stuff was always some of my favorite because it was Walt's first crack at animatronics. And it's funny that they have the real one here, but in Disneyland in the Opera House, they've created these little fake ones. I don't know if they could technically move this at this point because the Dancing Man was, like I said, the first animated figure that Walt wanted to work on. And it never really got to where he wanted it, but to see the actual chest and how it all worked, you can't really see that one because it's dark. But those were the discs that made it move. Okay, I'm surprised we're still live.
I know we're going strong. We should not have
Yes.
said that. I'm gonna knock on some
I
wood.
know. Of course, anybody who's at Disneyland has seen this.
Nothing compares to the Disneyland model at the Walt Disney Family Museum, though.
Yeah. Speaking of original Disneyland, are you excited for Handcrafted coming out in just 2 days?
I am. I am. We've had like a pretty good theme park week. I think, we had like we got our Universal announcement today, and it's also the 20th of High School Musical, and then we get to a brand new documentary style film about Disneyland's creation on
Yeah.
Thursday. So it's a good week to be a theme park fan.
It is, and it's funny to look at this map because handcrafted, leads right up to this map. I was lucky enough to see it out here at the AMC at Disney Springs, and it's just if you love classic Disneyland, it is amazing. And if you just love seeing a lot of dirt moved and getting anxiety on will they be able to open this park on time, which we all knew they did, but even then, it's still very, very much a can they? Will they? This is one of
Yeah,
my favorite models.
about how
Still.
long it is? Is it Paradise Pier?
Yes, even with the green arm and parachute jump.
I miss Screaming so much.
I like the
Jeremiah, did I
Incredicoaster.
ever tell you I was the last person in the front row of California Screaming ever?
No.
Yeah. they have a hat and they like took pictures of me for the Disney archives.
Nice.
So it's Last Rider, Last Train, January 7th, 2018.
There you go, Max. And you just only sit here for a few hours.
Season 2.
I'm sure the Swifties are going to be sad to see that leave.
Oh, I was out when this changed over. I believe I was in Nevada with family. So I thought it was just costumes. I didn't know they were showing a 9-minute preview of it. I mean, it's not something we can go in and see, but the fact that they are showing something for it. And are you a Percy Jackson fan?
I have not ever seen it, to be honest.
9 minutes. Yeah.
I will say, I watched the original movies when they came out. I never read the books. The first movies were okay. I will say the first season of this was really good. And then the second season, to me, falls flat. It's very much a Harry Potter story.
Okay.
It's him at school having problems, being picked on, even though, he's kind of the chosen one. He's still a problematic one.
Yeah. Do you know if it's accurate to the books in the way that I know people were upset about like the Logan Lerman movie?
I've heard it is more accurate. Also, I'm
Okay.
impressed at how many costumes they have in here.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot Grover is wearing a wedding dress at one point.
This is a wild throwback question, Jeremiah, but I'm trying to remember. Is this where the Bridge to Terabithia exhibit was? When it was at Hollywood Studios back in like 2006?
I wasn't here for that,
Okay.
but I want to say that was still when you had the walkover, like the walk-through type attractions, where you'd go down and they'd still have the bee and everything. I don't remember what year that left, where
Yeah, because they
they'd
did one
pull
for
people
Pirates
to.
too, right?
The Pirates one was in the building that is no longer here.
Got it. Okay.
That was the building that they tore that down for the opening of Toy Story Land, and that was a full. So the Pirates, I don't remember what it was called, but you'd walk in. I know that's where the Narnia one was. Thank you.
Got it. Okay.
And the Pirates one was essentially a test for the Pirates attraction in Shanghai, because you'd walk in,
Cool.
it would just be a blank box, and they had projections. That was amazing, and you would sit there. Don't know if we have any video of that on our YouTube, but you'd walk into a room and you'd be on the Black Pearl, and then something would happen and Jack would pop up, and it was just such a cool effect. But as it was a lot during that time, it overstayed its welcome, because you have to change stuff out, no matter if it's tourists or not. They don't want to see the same thing for 5 years. That's just
Yeah.
a projection room.
Yeah. There was a rumor for a while too that they were going to build like a black box dark ride, right? Where they could switch in and out projections for different
Yes.
movies. Yeah.
Yeah, the villains unfairly ever after that building was the black box that they were supposed to do stuff with, but then it just became, you know, a showcase. Right here was the building that Pirates was in.
Okay. Yeah.
And then there was a walkway from just above that archway over there where the restrooms are over to here when it used to be part of the studio tour when it originally opened and it was 3.5 hours.
Whoa. I didn't
Yeah,
realize it was that long.
yeah, the original studio tour was much like the one at Universal, where it was a long, multi-part, and then they started breaking it up because people couldn't do it all. You would board, I don't want to say board, but you would load onto the tram over by the animation building, and it would take you to the back lot, Catfish Canyon. You would see the special effects tank where they did the stuff for Pearl Harbor, and then you would walk through the soundstage where they filmed the Mickey Mouse Club, and then they would do the hey, let's pull a guest and have them fly on the bee from Honey I Shrunk the Kids.
Like imagine
Yeah.
like we go upside down.
I never got a chance to do the full tour, but I did most of the bits and pieces of it. Oh, look, Woody doesn't have a scarf on.
Someone's gonna run.
It's got to
But
be
yeah.
cold still. It's still winter.
It was cold this morning. Now it's 60 something, and then it's going to start to get warmer and warmer over the next few days. Friday, we're supposed to be up in the 80s again, which I'm not overly excited about, but
Yeah.
the cold weather snap has not been great around here.
Yeah, we had like a weird couple days where it was up in the 80s here too recently.
Oh, here comes Woody and Jesse.
Coming right behind you.
You think there's a snake in his boot?
I don't think so. He'd be moving much quicker.
Yeah. So, are you gonna get another one of the Pizza Planet egg rolls or spring rolls?
I am not today. I actually had some pepperoni rolls last night, and they were really good, but they were more, they weren't egg rolls or spring rolls. So I think I had my limit for a few weeks of those.
Yeah, fair.
But they are very good. I was impressed. But really, it is dry unless you use the red gold marinara sauce. I don't remember what it was called.
How are the Pop-Tarts in Toy Story Land? Like, I know that's like a favorite of a lot of guests. But have you ever tried those?
Yeah, I had them when they first opened, and they've always been good. But to me, they're Pop-Tarts. If I'm going to the lunchbox, I'm getting the grilled cheese and tomato soup
Mm-hmm.
because that is the go-to always.
Yeah, I love the grilled cheese and tomato soup.
I haven't had the one at Epcot yet, mostly because it was so busy on opening day, and then when I strolled through today, I didn't get a chance to stop by. But that may be a late lunch for me.
Yeah, no, you should. Wait, where's the grilled cheese and tomato soup at Epcot now?
It's part of the Festival of the Arts. It's the Pop Eats.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, so it has the grilled cheese, and then the tomato soup is in a specialty can cup that you get to keep.
Okay. Yeah, what's your favorite food you've had at Festival of the Arts?
The only thing I ate on the first day was chicken tender. So
Yum.
yeah, it was funny. I ran into somebody from Disney Food Blog / All Ears who was showing off some of her food, and she's like, "Oh, what are you guys up to?" I'm like, I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna have chicken tenders. I got the dirtiest look. Like, hey, if I can do walk up or mobile order for a Regal Eagle, I'm good.
Yeah. You know what? Like chicken tenders are great. There's a reason that they're classic and you can find them everywhere because they're great.
Well, it's finally open, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. The seating area has finally been revealed, and it's a seating area.
I didn't even see the people sitting behind there for a second. I was like, are they just stroller parking all there? But it looks like there is a lot of strollers over there.
Yeah. No, it's very small, but it is a new seating area. I was expecting much more from it.
It's interesting that it's
So
so
now
Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah. I mean, it fits. I did see a great idea that since, Toy Story Land and Galaxy's Edge are right next to each other, they could redo this entrance and have some of the Star Wars toys, part of Toy Story Land, so the crossover fits better. But can't do that because it doesn't quite fit with Star Wars.
Yeah.
And we, as of now, are not getting the timeline change. I will say, and I said this to other people, when that timeline change happens, if it happens out here, I will definitely come back to Galaxy's Edge more than I have.
Yeah, I'm really excited because I have always felt like Galaxy's Edge has felt a little bit not lifeless, but just there it doesn't feel like there's a ton going on for how big and
Mhm.
expansive it is. And I think just hearing the John Williams music and having like an extra sense of grandeur is going to be such a huge addition on
I
top of the other characters.
Yeah, I have two concerns. The John Williams score, to me, you can hear the background music or background sounds. I can stand here and you can hear the generators hum and that kind of stuff. But I have a worry that it's just going to be, the John Williams score. Um,
Yeah.
the one thing that I will say is it's no longer Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at this point or that point. It is Star Wars Land,
Yeah.
which isn't bad, but I'm looking forward to it other than the Ty Echelon backstory being a little lazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I just, I'm sure like a lot of those props are very expensive to build but at the end of the day, if you're going to commit to, in some essence, retheming a land, um, do it.
Yeah. And the stuff going on in California, I'm excited for. I've said that every time I've seen anything about it, they put thought into it. It isn't just slapping some stickers, changing out the helmets. How it will come across, who knows? That'll be more up to Mike to decide than anybody else.
Yes, yeah. No, and I do hope that we get Rise of the Rebellion someday. I think it'd be really fun to have like a classic original trilogy ride with Luke, Leia, and Han,
Yeah,
and Darth Vader.
I don't know if they'll go through with it, but I would be more than happy for that to shut down and do something like that. The fact that Oga is getting a new theme. Well, I shouldn't say new theme. Nothing's getting a new theme. Everything's getting de-aged, which I think is funny.
Yeah, and of course that's happening in California.
Yeah, and one of the things everybody keeps asking about Florida, the only characters that we got in all the time that Disneyland has gotten multiple characters across the timeline, we've only gotten Mando and Grogu. We never
Yeah.
got Boba Fett. We never got Ahsoka or any of them. So that's
Yeah,
a
I wonder
whole other
why.
thought. I think when it comes down to it, it is the almighty dollar.
Yeah.
And one of the other thoughts, Ahsoka, um, Finnick, those are, trying to think of a way to say this. It takes different cast members to play those characters. And there is something very different between California and Florida when it comes to the locals and the look of the locals.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and you've
That's,
got like 3 performing arts colleges right surrounding Disneyland too. So they
yeah.
have
Oh, speaking
so
of
many.
Mando,
Oh wow.
I'm just walking past me. Yeah, so I don't know if the plan is to do that. I do feel like something that's been going on for the past couple of years is the merchandise for Galaxy's Edge has been on the decline. And this retiming of it can definitely open up a whole new world of merchandise.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see any more like series of Sabi's workshop lightsaber hilts with the timeline
yeah,
change or anything eventually.
yeah, that whole story is interesting about how Luke is looking to Savi for things.
Yeah.
And then the stalls in the marketplace, you know, the Toydarian, those toys are to celebrate the history of Star Wars, but will they still have the same plushes from what it technically will be present time in California?
Yeah.
I feel like Mike needs to go to California, do a full walkthrough of the land, kind of give his opinion. And then in, was it April, late April, we
Yeah,
can
April
compare
29th.
what comes up.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And I'm interested to see like cuz again, I know that there's going to be some physical changes happening probably soon. Um especially with the First Order supply store closing,
Yeah.
turning into the military surplus store or Black Sparrow surplus. Um that like some of those things will start to happen. So it'd probably be smart for us to get out there and try to do some sort of like a compare and contrast for when that opens.
Well, I know Oga's closed today for their extended refurbishment with no opening date. We're guessing April 29th or sometime around there.
Yeah.
Right now, Rise of the Resistance has a 60-minute wait, and
That's
it's
not bad.
actually sticking out of the cave. So that would be closer to 60, definitely.
I still think it's so funny that Galaxy's Edge opened at Disneyland first by several months, and then Rise opened first at Disney World by like
Mhm.
a month and a half.
I also feel like I know that this will be one of those things that you do not know or you've only heard a little bit about. When Toontown opened in Disneyland, Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin was ready to go for opening day, but they knew they needed something for the following year, so they just held it. So I kind of feel that that's what they did with Rise.
Yeah. Yeah. I was wondering about that because I know we're coming up on an anniversary for both of them. Like I think it's the 24th is the opening of Toontown and in 93, and then I think in the 25th in 94 is
Yeah,
Roger Rabbit's opening. And I was wondering what happened there, so thank you.
yeah. No, it was purely everything was ready. They just wanted to hold it.
Bizarre.
Yeah, and that is truly the Disney way. They have to have something every year. Um, this year, well, a rock and roller coaster and a couple of smaller things, and then next year, Encanto, Indy over in Animal Kingdom, and the following year, I'm guessing is when either Villains Land and no, I'm guessing probably only Piston Peak will be open first, and they'll save Villains Land for the next year.
I wonder if Villains Unfairly Ever After will stay then.
They said that it is. They have no plans for that to go anywhere. It wasn't, that was one of those things that before they even finalized for Villains Land, that show was already coming. So that's exciting because that show, yes, I understand villains in 2 parks. How dare they? But villains in 4 parks, yes, please.
Yeah.
Everybody's waiting in line here for Pluto.
Trying to find anybody else? Yeah.
There's a long line for Pluto.
That's a very long line for Pluto.
Yeah, so it is definitely a busy day. So what's your favorite place to eat at Disney's Hollywood Studios, Maxon?
Well, I used to love going to Pizza Rizzo, but that was mostly just because of how large
Yeah.
and easy it was to get a seat. Because it's still very like greasy theme park pizza.
Yes.
Honestly, I think Hollywood Studios is the one park that I don't really have a solid place I eat at. I think that like it has kind of the Magic Kingdom problem where it's like some of the food is good, but it's mostly at sit downs.
Mhm.
And like the quick services are not necessarily like I'd rather just take the Skyliner to Epcot, I think.
Yeah.
But again, ABC Commissary, I really like. Also, I'm talking sit down. I didn't mean to disrespect her like this. 50's Primetime Diner
Yes.
is so good.
See, I love 50s for the food, and yes, the servers are great, but if you're going for pure theming and ambiance, Sci-Fi is the number one place to go.
Sci-Fi is so cool. I've never actually eaten there, but I have hung out in there before. And there just isn't another place like that at any Disney park I can
No.
think of.
Did you know when Cars Land in California was first announced at a D23 Expo, they had concept art that there was supposed to be a sci-fi dine-in themed to Cars.
That's so sad that didn't happen. That would have been fun.
Well,
They could have
it
put,
is.
like the Cars Toon shorts in there.
Yeah. Oh, and it was going to be trailers, but done Pixar Cars. And the building was supposed to be where the Avengers Infinity Defense is going right now.
Yeah.
So it would have been behind, at that time, the Luigi's Flying Tires attraction.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was one that I always wanted because it was sci-fi. And DCA at that point, well, even still, DCA does not have that many sit-down places.
No. Especially not ones that are more in the moderate price range.
Mm-hmm.
Because Carthay is great. It's just expensive.
Yes. No, I can remember Carthay. Like, I would go there in the early days quite often. And that was when it was only upstairs, and downstairs was the bar. Now that it's downstairs and out on the patio, everything is just... I understand capacity and wanting to do that. And really, that's more LA than anything else with the people being out on the street and the road.
Yeah.
But it was... I want to say it was more special back then.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I went to Carthay for my 21st birthday, and I was upstairs, and I had like this really good duck confit and a gin and tonic, and it was just really chill and beautiful, elegant. And I've been to the lounge, but I haven't been up again since.
Speaking of 50s prime time, see, I was lucky enough. My first trip out here was in '98, and I ate at 50s prime time. One of the first trips I came out, and that's when they didn't have to be nice to you.
Yeah.
there wasn't the, oh no, I can't say anything to these people because it could trigger. And no, it was, you had your elbows on the table, you got yelled at.
Yeah,
You
as you
didn't
should.
finish your vegetables, you got yelled at.
As you should.
Yeah.
No, I haven't been in a while either, but I remember last time I was there, they were still giving me a hard time because it was when I was in high school. I went with my mom and my grandma. Um, and I decided I wanted to go ride more rides because I didn't get to go to Disney World all that often. So I was like, I'm gonna go ride Tower as many times as I can.
Yeah.
And I came back and the waitress was like, "Where have you been? Dinner's been ready. Like, I guess you're not gonna eat," and was just
Yeah.
giving me a really hard time about it. And it was fun.
So let's take a look at some of the leftovers from the early days of Disney MGM Studios. Um, there are three things all within a short span of feet that I love. Yeah, Eddie Valiant's office with the Roger Rabbit through the window shade. And then you head over here. Sorry, the zoom is still on because it's better that way. You know, the Maroon Cartoon Studio, billboard with Roger, Jessica, and Baby Herman. But the one that I'm surprised is still here is Peavy's. You know, if you don't know what Peavy's is or who Peavy's is, you fail as a Disney fan. And you need to go on Disney Plus right now and watch one of the, I would say, most underrated films Disney did in the 80s. And that would be The Rocket Who? That's right, The Rocketeer.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You've never seen The Rocketeer?
No. Well, I know the Rocketeer. I have not seen the Rocketeer.
Okay, so tomorrow we're going to have a report from Maxon about The Rocketeer.
Ugh.
It is, and I'm not joking, you need to watch that tonight. If you don't have anything you're supposed to be doing tonight, put that on. It is a fun adventure. I I can't identify why it failed, but sadly it did fail. But it's such a fun movie.
Me? No, I can't. I take one of you.
Yeah, the score is really good.
Okay.
I've
Oh,
listened to
yes.
the music.
Well, you also heard the music for many, many years when you'd go to um, El Cap, because that music was the curtain show music.
Oh, okay.
Now we're just walking through a shop. These bags have dumbfounded me since day one of them.
Yeah, that seems like it'd be annoying. I like it aesthetically, but I don't like that swinging around next to me all day would drive me crazy, I think.
I mean, it's a great way if you know you need to bump somebody. Laughing Place does not endorse bumping somebody with a scary big Mickey Mouse head, but if you happen to, there you go. Uh, also, I know Laughing Place does not endorse this, but if you're in a store, either pull off to the side or keep moving, please.
Hi, what's this?
I'm
Yeah.
out of here. Let's see, what did they replace the dancing girls with? Just some basic mannequins, none of which were from, of course, the Great Movie Ride. That is an amazing view, I gotta say. You can see the detail of the person walking in the shade.
Ugh, I miss Great Movie Ride.
I, as somebody who would go on that, like that was one of the few attractions I would go on every time I came to the park.
Yeah.
And it, like, I was one of the guys who's like, it needs to be updated. There needs to be some changes. But you know, I love making Minnie's Runaway Railway, but it's something I've gone on. I think I've done more recently in California than here.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a cute ride. It should exist. I'm happy it exists. It just could have existed without taking the place of Great Movie Ride.
No, but Great Movie Ride needed some updating.
It did.
I'm a huge fan of classic films, but when Mary Poppins was literally the only movie that you could probably say everybody that rode that ride knew.
Yeah.
And even the montage, while it was great and had some amazing stuff in there, it even then the stuff that they had was out of date when I was here. Some of the new shirts. Oh, look, a Mardi Gras shirt. Oh, Disney's getting back into the times of doing shirts around the seasons. Muppets,
Oh, the
or
Easter
Muppets.
shirt.
Easter shirt. And that's gonna just about wrap us up for the day.
Yeah, we did a full lap.
Yeah. And through some of the stores. And again, Walt Disney Presents, which I'm very shocked we survived through.
I know. We got to see all those costumes.
Yeah. I
Probably
mean,
the last look we'll get at
Oh yeah, that's
Taylor
fine.
Swift before she leaves.
yeah. Which they took down the sign for it outside, which I feel like kind of defeated the purpose of it, because even on opening day they didn't have the sign up, and it wasn't that much of a draw for people until they put the sign up. But hey, let's take a look at the rear of Mickey Mouse as we say Auf Wiedersehen.
Yeah, no, thank you so much, Jeremiah. I like that we ended where we started, just from the other angle.
We've come full circle, as they say in Circle Vision.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. Thank you, Jeremiah, for giving us a little tour and checking everything out. We hope you enjoyed checking out Disney's Hollywood Studios, and we hope you hang out with us again next time.
Bye-bye.